Former Czech Prime Minister Andrej Babiš is returning to power, and Brussels should start preparing for his revival. The change will be significant, though not as much as anticipated. Czech voters clearly voiced that they do not wish to leave the EU. Extremist parties advocating for a referendum failed to gain momentum. However, the decisive victory of populist ANO movement grants Andrej Babiš the authority to fulfill his promise of a completely different approach of Czechia's EU policy. When comparing EU priorities of the soon-to-be ousted government of Petr Fiala and ANO's priorities, we actually see many similarities, such as stricter migration and asylum policy with stronger protection of external borders, more cautious climate policy with increased emphasis on competitiveness, an EU budget that is somehow frugal in overall size, yet generous in cohesion and agricultural chapters at the same time, and finally, no to further EU integration. However, style and methods will differ considerably. Babiš, as a co-founder of Patriots for Europe, will pursue a confrontational tone. He will undoubtedly seize opportunities to block European Council conclusions, to gain concessions, and to boost his media presence. Reaching European consensus on issues such as climate policy or further support for Ukraine might get even more challenging. But does this mean that Czechia will follow Hungarian path? Not necessarily. Babiš is a pragmatist who will be reluctant to risk activation of the conditionality mechanism against Czechia. He is also ambitious and will probably avoid falling into isolation with Viktor Orbán and Robert Fico if alternatives are available. He will have an interest in maintaining good relations with leaders such as Friedrich Merz or Emmanuel Macron at the same time, provided there is will also on the other side.